Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. Today I want to talk about some Buffy news that came up recently, yesterday in fact, that they have wrapped up filming for the pilot. Sarah Michelle Gellar celebrated such by releasing some photos, and we also had some articles and what have you. But so I just want to talk about the wrap up of the pilot. Of course, we don't have a full series order yet. I don't know when that'll come. If it comes, we still don't have any idea when the show will premiere. More than likely sometime next year, maybe late next year, but it could also go into 2027, considering that will be the 30th anniversary of when that show premiered, when the original show premiered. And so I just want to talk about some photos, talk about the show in general, and just the general tone and the concern that the fans have, and being that they are original fans, not the new fans, because of course the new fans don't really know anything about it other than what they've seen in syndication and streaming and all that. Us fans that grew up with it in the 90s while it was on TV and all that, growing up in that time, and just can the new show be anything like the old show from when it was filmed? Because the 90s was a very, very different time, and it's a time that I miss, quite honestly. And well, the fans of the original show, that's like one of their biggest concerns. Will this show succeed where so many shows have failed? Because reboots, revivals are nothing new. It's something that Hollywood has been doing for quite some time now. And you have your ones that succeed, you have your ones that fail. And with this, people are really concerned. People of the original show, people that grew up watching it, are really concerned that it's not going to make it, that it's going to fail because of just what the original show was, and they won't be able to recapture that magic and everything, especially considering that it's not focused on Buffy, it's focused on a new Slayer, a new group of friends. Maybe the old cast will show up, maybe they won't. That is one of Sarah Michelle Gellar's wishes, that hopefully if it does get picked up the series and whatnot, that somewhere between pilots and maybe a full season order, that they can have various cast members from the past come back and do cameos or just reoccurring roles and all that. So there's definitely that concern, and with that too, you have to wonder, can they really bring everybody back? I mean, you have certain cast members that didn't get along, that are on good terms, or just have had personal and professional struggles over the years, have made very bad reputations for themselves. I don't really think I have to go into detail about who, but just aside from that, I wanted to jump in these pictures and really kind of, I guess, celebrate the fact that they did finish the pilot. Hopefully, it gets picked up to series. Hopefully, it does live up to the legacy of the original show. But let's go over these pictures real quick. This first one, we just have a shot of Sarah Michelle Gellar and Chloe Zhao, I think is how you pronounce her last name. But she, of course, is the director, showrunner, person that really pulled to have the show come back, that had personal meetings with Sarah Michelle Gellar over 2 or 3 years, and really wanted her to be a part of this and everything. So we have this photo of them holding steaks and just celebrating this fact. I mean, this is probably over the process of the show being filmed, because they can't really share too much about the whole process in general. But we have them holding steaks. Next picture, we just have a shot of Sarah Michelle Gellar's cast chair with probably script sitting on it, because she slapped some top secret stickers or what have you over that to not reveal anything regarding what's going on with the pilots, what the details of the pilot will be, even though I'm pretty sure a lot of those details have leaked, because there's no such thing as a secure set anymore. There's always going to be leaks, people that are nosing around, paparazzi, things like that. So I've done a video about this, I believe, maybe one or two, but we do have details about that out there. So aside from that, we do have this next picture with Sarah Michelle holding up a Buffy action figure and taking a picture. She did something similar to this when they were doing the table read. We had a picture, I believe, of the script and then a Buffy figure kind of there in the background. There was another picture, I didn't get it though. It was just a picture of another Buffy figure, but still in its package. So I don't know what the symbolism is behind that, but just more fun photos, I guess, for Sarah's part and everything that she's doing, considering coming back to the show and all that. Then we just have a random shot of her trailer TV, just her area, I guess, that she hung out in between filming. Then we have another shot of her chair again with her phone sitting there. Nothing too revealing about that. But then when we got this one, which was, in my opinion, one of the better or bigger deal pictures, I guess, considering the filming and what have you. But I'll just kind of go over the message that we got from Chloe there at the bottom, and then we'll cover the quote up top. But the message from Chloe, let's embark on this adventure together with joy, empathy, curiosity, and respect. Life is both beautiful and difficult. We will be rewarded and tested. We will be brave. We will live to the fullest and know that we are never alone. We always have each other. Happy first day, Chloe. So we have this message that's undoubtedly on a script or a call sheet about the first day of filming, because Sarah, when she posted these pictures, she didn't really go into too much detail about the filming process itself, just kind of give little glimpses of what was going on. But so we got this little call sheet or this piece of script or whatever with this message from Chloe. I really hope that they do succeed with the show, and just that it does live up to legacy and all that. But aside from that, we have this piece of dialogue. Now, this piece of dialogue is very famous as far as Buffy is concerned. It is in the last episode of the 5th season, where Buffy has to sacrifice herself to save Dawn, because the whole key storyline where Dawn is made from Buffy. So in order to close the rip in reality that was opened up with her blood, Buffy has to dive into the portal, and it tears her apart and therefore closes it. So that was a big deal for that episode. But the dialogue reads, "The hardest thing in this world is to live in it. Be brave, live." And this is what she says to Dawn right before she jumps off the scaffolding to save herself and everybody. And had another couple of pretty iconic scenes within that episode. I mean, really, those last few minutes where we have that, and then we have that moment where everybody's coming across her body, and then Spike just breaks down and is by far one of the more emotional moments in that show. Even though there's really no sound, you don't hear him sobbing or anything. But that scene just, it's I don't know, it reverberated through the whole Buffy universe. It was like a big deal. And then aside from that, that episode was the last episode on the WB where the future of Buffy was really uncertain at that time. We didn't know if she was going to get another season, because the WB, I believe, was coming to an end. It was shortly right before, well, I guess no, it would have been a few years still. But I think they just decided not to pick it up for another season. But in turn, UPN, which is, I'm not even sure if this network exists anymore, but UPN swooped in and they got a 6th and 7th final season. So we got to see it play out. Granted, if they didn't pick it up, it would have made, I guess, a definitive ending for her character and whatnot, seeing her go out, saving the world, saving her family, everyone she loves, and all that. So it's worked out regardless. But again, it's a big piece of dialogue that's really quite known in the Buffy universe, the fanverse, and what have you. But aside from that, that's the last picture I wanted to go over. But I mean, I'm really hoping the show succeeds, being an original fan and all that. So I'm really hoping that they have a good story in place, that it's, you know, it reverberates or whatever with this generation, because from everything I understand, the storyline is going to take place 25 years later after the end of the original, and it's going to be more geared toward this generation, considering it does focus on a new Slayer, new group of friends, and all that. So I'm just wondering what will anything, if it entails old cast members or just what's going on there. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and of course, consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.